Hello and welcome to Achievement Hunting 101. I'm FuFuCuddilyPoof and this is level 122. And gobble 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 gobble
Read
gobble
the thing
gobble,
I
gobble,
wrote.
gobble. I'm not reading the thing you wrote. It is Thanksgiving week. It's turkey time. So with that, let's jump right into the show. Let's jump. Wait, I need to introduce you guys first. Let's do that first. I've got with me Corey, Elle, and Nate. What's up, guys?
Hello.
Salutations.
All right. I'm hyped. I'm awake.
What the hell's wrong with you?
Corey's still a little pissed off that he got his ass kicked in Cake Bash.
One, you can't get your butt kicked in that game, okay? That's not a thing that happens.
I knocked your sprinkles off.
No. What grinds my gears is when people don't play party games in a party fashion.
We played
Party
them in a
people?
party fashion.
Maybe party fashion is the wrong expression. When you don't do the effing objective of the game.
What do you? I know that's directed at Koosh. Like, he was doing his best, man, but he was the host, and he had that host advantage, and I had a bunch of lag, so it seemed like I was punching you a bunch of times when really I was trying to punch the fortune cookie.
He's pressing the hug button.
Yeah. And if you had only dashed with the B button, you could have gotten away from me. If you had only just done the tutorial.
Well, one, I did the tutorial. Your assumption of me actually paying attention is vastly incorrect.
Anyway, so for those who missed it, we did a Cake Bash stream right before recording. It was awesome. You could find it on the Twitch archives. Check it out. Thank you very much.
Well, it's going to be on YouTube, but it was not that great.
Oh, it was fantastic.
Wow, what a little bitch. Corey got owned. It's
Listen,
okay,
this is a
You got
party
owned.
game. There are many different
Three people were
mini
laughing
games
and
that-
one person
that have many
wasn't.
different maps that you can pick from. Each have their own environmental whatchamacallits. And when you play the mini
Environments.
games, you have to do an objective. Maybe it's like stand in the sprinkle shower, which is kind of like King of the Hill. Maybe it is to smash these things that fall on the ground.
Fortune cookies.
Well, that was just one of them. If everybody does the objective, and yes, if we're all trying to get to the same spot and you want to like hit each other out, that's fine. That's part of the game. When I'm on the other side of the map and you're just aiming to get me and I'm not in the lead, that pisses me off. You cannot piss me off quicker.
Next time, we should have streamed that with all four of our cameras on.
No, I'm glad that we decided not to.
Corey dropped an F-bomb. He was irritated.
Yeah, Corey, his mic stopped working at one point.
I literally put down the controller during one of the games. I stopped playing.
You did better.
Corey's
than
a salty
Ricky.
boy.
And I still barely got last place. Elle still barely beat me in that one. And I didn't even play 75% of it.
Oh, man. At the start of the stream, I said that we're going to record the panel afterwards, and either we're going to be really, really salty and angry at each other, or we're going to be loopy and having fun. Well, I'm in a good mood. Elle's in a good mood. Nate's in a good mood. And Corey's pissy.
I'm salted caramel, okay? I'm just playing part of the act of the game.
Oh, man. It was so much fun.
Yeah, the thing I didn't understand was why my character kept getting the highest pedestal at the very, very end of the game.
That did not happen every time, by the way.
I mean, yeah,
Who was the
like
first
2 out
place
of 3,
finisher
though,
out of that
was just
very
kinda
first
weird.
game we played? Me.
2 out of 3, though.
But Nate got achievements and you didn't.
Yeah, but the second time I aimed for last place, so technically I won. I finished what my...
Nah, the last one I won. If we were going for last place, I definitely got the golf score because I got negative
No.
250.
That on the last one, on the second one.
Oh, the second one? Yeah, no. I beat you on the second.
Well, I mean, I had the highest absolute value on that first game.
Well, that's not the game, so...
We were playing by golf rules.
No,
Negative
we're
golf.
playing about the game's rules, and I won. So yeah, I hope you want to play this game now.
It's basically... well, it's not basically. It's a party game. And it is so much fun.
Yeah, that was way more fun than playing it solo against bots as a demo. So
No, because after we finished, okay, there's an achievement. We're playing on the beach, everybody, and umbrellas drop, and hermit crabs cross your path. And there's an achievement, miscellaneous. You have to hit a hermit crab with an umbrella. Well, I played with bots as soon as we ended, and guess what? Who got that achievement? And it was a blast.
That's weird. I got that during a regular play.
Yeah, so did I.
And so did I.
It's weird.
Just saying.
He sucks.
I don't know
had a
why
great
Corey
time with
couldn't get
bots.
it. Yes. This game is published by Code Sync and developed by High Tea Frog, and it's currently $20. So, what do you guys say? You recommend people pick this up or no?
Ask me later.
Yeah, I'll ask Corey next week when he's not a lot less salted caramel.
Maybe you should do a giveaway for anyone that types sprinkles.
Ooh.
Touch my sprinkles. Or what was it you said a couple minutes ago? Smash my sprinkles?
Sprinkle shower?
Yeah, sprinkle shower. That's what it was.
There you go. Sprinkle shower. First to type
No,
that gets
I don't like that. I don't like first because, people listen at different increments. You got to do something different.
This is true. I don't know. We'll
think about that.
All right, everyone who PMs you that code gets put in a drawing.
Everybody who pings me that code is getting banned for a day. I don't want any private messages.
All right, so PM Rocker
So-
Juice.
Egg juice.
DM Rocker
Egg
Juice
juice.
5012.
Send him a picture of salt. Jeez, Corey, what's going on with you, man?
Or a sprinkle shower.
Thanksgiving's coming. Christmas is coming. You should be happy as a clam.
Oh, I'm very thankful that the game's over.
All right, well, I enjoyed the game.
Oh, man.
75% of us enjoyed the game. And
I
I will
had a
say
great
I
time.
will say that most games like this are local only, so it was nice to be able to play online with people.
Yes.
I do think the game should be a tad cheaper or go to Game Pass, and it would have a good community, I think.
Copycat, I said that.
I didn't remember you saying it.
Yeah, if that was on Game Pass, I think a lot more people would be jumping in.
Oh, that's a good... Wow, you're right, Koosh.
Would be a
Thank
fantastic
you.
Game Pass game. I would love to have more people play it instead of two people who are having fun and one salty boy.
Hey, this should be out at the Game Pass.
Oh,
That's a good point,
right,
Corey.
I think all party games should have a max price of $10. I'm just saying.
Yeah, $20 does seem a bit high because there's not like a whole lot into the game. But
There's not a
I
whole
don't
lot
know.
to Jackbox games either, but they're pricey.
Yeah, but they're not indie games. There was good music. There was good graphics.
yes,
It was.
I'm not saying $20
it had a
is
budget.
unreasonable. But yeah, if this game was just a tad cheaper, maybe $15, I could see more people jumping in to grab it.
Yeah, and it's definitely way more fun than the demo, like I said before. Yeah, if you just find people that have the game, this could be fun.
If anybody wants to get the game and wants to play in a non-competitive fashion to get achievements, you know where to find me.
Play for fun. It's a party game.
It
Have
looks
some
like
fun.
It does look like some would be very easy to set up with people who are also
Oh,
going
you
to the
could
achievement.
totally boost it to get a bunch of achievements.
Yeah.
But please don't just buy this game just to get the achievements. Have some fun.
Are you
Find
telling
some
me how to
friends.
play games now?
I am playing.
You're using the wrong voice to tell them how to play games.
Play the game for fun, not for
Have some
achievements.
fun, Corey. You got that fucking scowl on your face. Jesus, Christmas on Friday. Oh my God. It was fun. There was cake. There was sprinkles. There were chips. There was muffins. There was eclairs.
There's egg juice.
I'm looking right now.
I'm hungry.
I only have 26 party games on my tag, and the best ones, I don't even consider them party games.
Play with your kids. Introduce them to these type of games.
Yeah.
They're not going to want to learn how to use a Cronus. They're going to want to learn how to play games like this. They're fun. Chill out, Cub Scout. Kenny, tell us about Gears of War 2.
Okay, I guess we could jump into the game showcase. Even though Gears 2 is totally not on my list right now.
Oh. Kenny, tell us about
Gears 3.
Gears Terminator Gears Judgment Day.
Okay, yeah, I'm just going to quickly mention the one game that I had a lot of fun playing over the weekend. I stream Sunday night Halo 3 with the Dream Team, or myself, P-Tart, Def Dealers, and Alex RD. Like I said during the stream,
That sounds like a nightmare.
oh my god, it's so much fun.
All I'm saying is I looked into the stream for like 5 minutes and Death was just dying. So that's all I'm going to say.
That is her name.
We decided to play Halo 3 because after myself, Alex, and Sarah, we recorded Chief Wiz the other week. We were just sitting there talking, and we noticed that Sarah is almost at 97% completion ratio, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. Percentage, that's the word. And 97 being her max because she has some unobtainables and whatnot she can't get on her tag. And she basically has like 500 achievements left to unlock, and she has unlocked everything on her tag. And we notice she hasn't completed Halo 3 yet. It's like, oh, well, that's easy enough to do. We can help you out with that. So we got the Dream Team back together after we helped her with Halo Reach. Myself and Alex, we've already completed the game. We're just more or less happy to help Sarah. And Death has also not started Halo 3 at all, so she's also been able to unlock some achievements with it while having some fun. The main achievements that Sarah needs, the only achievements that she needs is the par score on each of the levels, and then the best achievement, annual. So when I saw that, I'm like, okay, well, we got to stream this. Sarah's not good at all at shooters. Death, she's passable. Alex and I are good at Halo, so this shouldn't be too terrible. No, Death is actually pretty good. So it's kind of like 3 people carrying one. You know what that's like.
I do.
Halo 3 is actually the base game, so the one on the 360 is actually more difficult to get the scoring achievements than in Master Chief Collection because it's not team score, it's individual score.
Really?
So, yeah, I don't remember. I looked it up. I think I did this back in 2008, something like that. So it's been so long, I don't remember. But yeah, so basically what we have to do is we have to take someone who's not good at shooters and make them good at shooters in order to get the points, which we basically found the best way to do that is Alex, Vicky, and I, we just shoot all the grunts. We shoot like the flyers and stuff like that, and we just leave the brutes, since they're high value targets, to Sarah. We just take the shields off and she finishes them off, gets the points, and we just do our best to keep her alive. It worked out pretty well. We wound up completing 3 out of 9 levels.
So that's like half.
Not necessarily. But this isn't a math podcast, so I'm not going to hold that against you.
That may have been mentioned.
You can't like evenly split a pizza into 9 sections, so he's confused.
So I would eat the whole thing. As long as there's not pineapple on it.
Yeah, that was fun to stream. We plan on streaming that every Sunday night, so you can see that if you would so choose. Probably take us another 3 weeks or so till we complete that. That will be on YouTube eventually for your viewing pleasure. That's enough of that. Nate, what game you want to talk about?
I want to talk about a game called Micetopia. Now, I know Corey has played this. Has anyone else played this?
I watched Corey play it.
I watched Corey play it.
There's an echo.
I watched myself play it.
It's a Micetopia.
Nice.
Or it's labeled as that on TA. It is by Ratalaika Games, and it is kind of pretty. I'm not going to lie. The graphics are nice.
So it's a rat game about a mouse?
Yeah, it's about a mouse, and you basically run around. You have you start off with a sword. Yeah, I think like a wooden sword or something, and that's okay. It's not great. And then you get a bow, and the bow is really not great at all. But you can level those up by getting 500 gems or whatever, and then going to the appropriate person. The achievements are mostly for killing with a particular weapon, and then finding people, townspeople, and rescuing them. Now, I used this game to basically get a lot of gamer score really quickly. I think you can probably go from beginning to end in this game in about 45 minutes, even if you don't know what you're doing. You'll figure it out as you go along. Now, I ran into a problem where I saved the last achievement for another day. So I saved the game and I came back to it. And when I came back to it the second day, I had to find one last townsperson. So I was out in the forest and I was looking, and I found a room that on the map was yellow. And that's different than most of the other rooms. And the yellow rooms are the ones where you have townspeople that you rescue and they show up back in town. Well, there was no townsperson to rescue in that room. And as it turns out, that can glitch. There can be a glitch in this game where that happens. Now, it happened to me, and I happen to think that it's because I saved the game and came back to it. I didn't do it all in one sitting. So I am stuck and have to do a whole new playthrough on a new game, and I'm going to do it in one sitting rather than risk running into this issue again. And Corey, I know you've got the completion, so you didn't see that.
I did not.
Yes, and you did it in one playthrough, didn't you?
I did, all in 90 minutes.
Yes, so the second playthrough will be a lot faster because I know about where things are, and I know, I know enemy patterns and things like that, and I can skip a lot of stuff. So,
and if you should have learned, you need to go through those little portals for the checkpoints to actually register.
Oh, is that something you learned?
Yeah, like I saw one, like I went through every single one of them, except for this one, and I didn't go through it, but like I went over it, and I said, okay, this is where it's at, and I go pretty far, and I die, and that's not the portal I go back to. So
yeah. So on my first playthrough, I leveled up my sword, which is good. I recommend that. And then I leveled up my hearts, so a little bit more health, and that was actually kind of helpful because I found the forest was a little bit trickier. There were some rooms that were just impossible to get into or get out of without getting hit one time. So if you're just kind of speed running, you're not really playing very carefully, you could very quickly lose all your hearts and have to go back to the last checkpoint. It has the hallmark of the old Metroid series, where if you're low on health and you happen to be at a room where there's like a crate or something right inside the room, you can enter the room, destroy the crate, hopefully get a heart, leave the room, keep coming back in. So you can keep farming hearts or gems that way. If you really want to, that's an old school Metroid trick, or platformer trick in general, but that holds true here. The game's fun. It's pretty. It's a great base for a game, but it's very basic. So I'm not really looking forward to that second playthrough, but if they were to add more variety to the game, I think it'd be actually pretty good, fun Ratalaika.
I haven't played it yet, but I was watching Corey play. It didn't look terrible. It looked like another, Ratalaika game that actually had a bit of quality to it. It wasn't just complete trash.
You get a double jump, you get a roll move. It's not bad. It's a good base to work from. And actually, because I wasn't using a guide or anything, and I was running around and I couldn't figure out why that room didn't have anything in it, I actually ended up doing everything in the game that you could, except for rescuing that one person, and I got to see the credits. So I actually beat this Ratalaika. I saw credits.
There you go.
Yeah, I still need to go back and get that last achievement, but I have done pretty much everything you can in this game.
I had a question.
Yes, they do set it up for a sequel.
I was going to ask if you have to beat the game to get the last achievement.
You do not.
Okay. I know it was a stupid question, but
yeah, you actually don't even have to get all of the well stones or whatever it is, like these pieces of the well.
Pieces.
There's 10 pieces that you have to find to see the credits, but you don't need to get all 10. I think you need to get 5 to get the second achievement. So there's one for getting 3. There's one for getting 5. If you get the 10, whatever. And actually, on my second playthrough, I can completely ignore them because they don't do anything for you in terms of progression. So, I think.
Yeah, looking at the solution for that last achievement, a lot of people had bugs. So, you're not alone.
Yeah, I'll have to...
It sucks.
I'll let some other people figure that out on their second runs. And
there you go.
The only thing I can think is that it's got to be just doing it in one sitting and just getting lucky. So,
One
I'll go
sitting
back.
will probably do it.
Some people call it luck. I call it skill.
Well, what else you got to talk about, Corey?
Well, I'm playing. I'm doing the Koosh thing for once. I don't usually chase Game Pass stuff, but I'm chasing the Game Pass removal of Mutant Year Zero: Road to Eden. Now, this is an interesting little game. It's a strategy game that's turn-based. It says stealth on TA, and I can see where you have that. It has some stealthy elements, but it's kind of like XCOM, right? As much as I know about XCOM, I've only played Mario vs. Rabbids. That is like it has like a overworld that you're kind of walking through. I don't know if XCOM has that, but this does have a world that you're exploring, and you pick up loot and like scrap and stuff. And as you go, like you'll see enemies, and they have like a radius that they can see, and if you walk into it, they'll start attacking you. If they don't see you, you can ambush them, or you can sneak around them, and you have to do that at some points to get where you need to go. But you're navigating this map in these little localized areas to go through the story, and once you come to these fights, it is turn-based, and it has the tiles that show up on the ground where you can walk or sprint, and they take up action points and stuff like that. You got to manage a lot. I'm playing on normal. I just want to get through the story, and there are some missable achievements, so I am kind of following a guide along the way. There's random achievements for collecting everything, collecting 100% of this certain item, this artifact kind of item, and as well as using certain abilities, what they call mutations, so many times. So I'm doing that on normal, and that will give me most of the achievements. But most of the TAD lies within pretty much the last 3 achievements. And there's this mode called Iron Mutant mode. And if I understand it correctly, I think that it's obviously it's a mode that you can play on any difficulty. But I think that if somebody dies, you lose them permanently. I think that's an XCOM thing.
Yeah.
That sounds like it.
And so it's called Iron Mutant here. And there's achievements related to beating the game in that mode, beating that game in that mode on very hard, and beating the game in that mode on very hard without losing a crew member. So it sounds pretty difficult, right?
A little bit, yes.
All right. So, and then the last achievement, obtain all achievements, is worth absolutely 0 gamer score. So there's
The
that.
worst.
Definitely not a cakewalk.
Anyways, there's DLC to this game, and I'm actually debating about getting the DLC that costs like $15. It adds a little bit of story from what I could see, but the major talking point in getting the DLC is related to these Iron Mutant achievements, because if you look at the hardest achievement for beating it in Iron Mutant on very hard without losing the crew member, this is what you do. 2 steps. Start a new game on very hard with Iron Mutant, obviously, with the DLC preset characters, and then you fast travel to the end location where you have to get to in the base game, and you get all of those achievements. I love it. So playing through normal, it makes it easier, and then I'm going to I haven't done it yet, but if I decide to buy the DLC, I'll try to speed through that, because I'm going to lose the game, but it also get me these very juicy achievements.
Wouldn't it make more sense to wait for a sale and buy the deluxe edition or something like that? I don't know.
I could just pay it now and beat it now.
I imagine since it's in Game Pass that even the DLC gets a little discount.
A little bit. It might be like $13.50 or something like that.
Woo!
And I mean, that one, the DLC has like all the achievements look doable except for the last one, which it doesn't seem bad. It wants you to complete this DLC storyline in Iron Mutant mode. But again, you can pick, say, normal difficulty, and kind of get through that. You don't have to pick very hard or whatever. And there's no cheese for that I can see, but it will cheese the base game stuff, which, that's where the hard stuff lies. So yeah, I'm kind of churning away through that. I need to kind of pick up the pace, because as of this recording, I have less than a week to do this. So 20-25 hours is what TA says without the DLC. That's probably without doing that's probably doing the Iron Mutant mode legit as well. So it doesn't have a timer to tell me how far I'm in. I have to be at least 6 to 8 hours. I'm somewhere in that range. I still got a bit to go, but it's flowing, and I like the characters and stuff. The artwork actually grabbed me first and foremost. It has the main characters are this hog pig type character, this duck, and this like zombie girl looking thing. But you also pick up other crew members who you can use along the way, and I don't know. I just like that style. Whenever there's a talking duck, I kind of have to play it a little bit.
You and ducks. What's better, a duck or a goose?
Ducks. I hate geese.
I'm actually a little surprised this game's been out for 2 years almost.
Yeah, it caught my eye when it launched, because I think it launched into Game Pass, if I remember correctly. And I just haven't played it, and the removal is kind of saying, hey, do that thing you've been saying that you wanted to do. It works out. It's good TAD. It's just a little slow burn, but at the end, it'll be worth it, I think.
What you got for the game showcase?
All right. And continuing with good old point and click games for Chewy's Cannoli Cake Bash Challenge.
Something like that. You forgot the casserole, though.
That's last week. It's been sitting out all week. It's kind of gross now. So decided to play Day of the Tentacle Remastered, which, if you remember, came out about a month ago into Game Pass along with Full Throttle and Grim Fandango, which Nate talked about last week.
That he did.
Or 2 weeks ago, one of those. Yeah, so I did this one with Michelle and her brother Brian. So we had a 3-way menage a tentacle. It was good times. So this one's very good for G-Task right now. It's worth 1,700 TA, so 700 TAD. And the completion takes about 3 to 4 hours. There's no walkthrough on TA, so I had to pull in a Heizo and use PlayStation Trophies Guide in order to not miss anything. I know. It's it's been out for a couple years, I think, on the PlayStation 4. So there was a nice trophy guide. You don't miss anything. My suggestion is, if you're going to play it, I'm not going to say don't use a guide because there's so many stupid missables, but I would still go through. We still went through the dialogue trees and still got the story of the game. And I would make sure you don't skip any cutscenes and Corey, because that would nullify an achievement.
Wow.
And always, I know.
Well, is it like Grim Fandango where you need a second playthrough?
You don't need a second playthrough for any of them, but you could always play it blind.
Oh, you know what? I remember Nate missed a collectible and had to play it again. That's what I was thinking of.
Nate missed,
missed a conversation collectible.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, those are the worst when you have to do that. So, but the other thing I was going to say is you get 9 or 10 save slots. Make use of all of them just in case. Michelle actually missed one achievement. And then when she reloaded her save and did it again, it popped for her. So always be on the lookout for that kind of stuff. Always make multiple saves. Try not to stick to one save. These type of games. Just in case. And also the achievement for getting all achievements does not pop right away. It's always scary when that happens. You have to reload the game and then it saves, which is so dumb. But it worked. It worked. I had never played this. I had played Maniac Mansion on the NES a lot, but never played Day of the Tentacle. And Day of the Tentacle includes Maniac Mansion in the game, but it was a little jarring to me because there was no music when you play it. So I guess the PC game didn't have music. It was only title screen music, and that's it.
Oh, I know why you like this game. I just saw an achievement.
Oh, boy.
It's called, dude, it's like cannibalism where Hoagie eats a hoagie.
Yes, that is actually the easiest achievement you can get in the game. You just have to idle with hoagie, and then he takes a hoagie out and eats it and then burps because he's fat and likes food that are sandwiches. Oh, yeah.
Actually,
Hoagie.
technically, there's a achievement for playing Maniac Mansion, and that is technically easier by TA ratio or unlocked player
Really?
count. Yep. Yeah, the hoagie one's like, I don't know, 5 achievements deep. Yeah.
No, you can get it pretty much right away. You just have to idle with him.
I'll say that one's
Well, by
kind of
very early.
by other players' standards.
It is missable if you don't idle. Yeah, it was very interesting. All the progression ones are not rare, and then all the weird ones are rare achievements as we went through. Very interesting to see. We went on to Full Throttle next. I'm not going to talk about it because I was told not to tell many stories. But I will say that there was one achievement that actually was a dialogue tree one, and in the achievement name, it referenced having to do all the dialogue trees. So, yeah.
Which one's quicker, Full Throttle or Day of the Tentacle?
I think Full Throttle is
Lie to
quicker.
him. Oh, never mind.
Well, I can see they both say 2 to 3 on TA, but
Well, I will talk about that next week once it's completed. But yeah, we got stuck on something, but it's a shorter game. We'll just put it that way. Grim Fandango's the long one. That one is next. Have like a few days to try to get this done before December. And I look forward to it, though, except for the tank controls. That sucks. They should not make you have to do that for an achievement.
But it's a remaster.
That's a big boo.
No, you have to redo it. You have to play it.
Yeah, the remasters
Like
are
you
awesome,
would.
though. They all have like developers commentary and cool behind the scenes, like collect. What do you call it when they show you like drawings, concept art? That's it. All that kind of stuff. A lot of love was put into these remasters. I recommend them all. Thankfully, they were put into Game Pass. I don't know if they would be worth $15 each, but they're certainly welcome in Game Pass.
Tank controls one is a little bit annoying because you can't start the game in tank control. So you have to start the regular game, go to options, change it there, then start the game over from scratch.
Yes, I did read about that. That is welcome to know.
Yeah,
So you don't go
wastes
through
a
the whole
couple
game.
minutes, but yeah.
Yeah.
Nate, what's your second game you got
Sure.
that you want to talk about?
The second game I want to talk about real quickly is a game called Clocker.
wait a second. Hardly knew her.
So this game was on sale a little while back, and I picked it up. And yeah, it's a puzzler, kind of based on time and rewinding and fast forwarding time for individuals. So the art style is kind of it's kind of like paper cutouts, kind of. I think it looks interesting, and it's not the best art in the world, but it works for what it needs to do. And you're kind of moving through this town. Someone sneaks into your office and gives you a special watch. You start to disassemble it, which is the only part of the game so far that isn't like based on forwarding or rewinding time. And then bad things happen as you go to pick up your daughter. You fall, or she's about to get hurt, and then you drop the watch, and all of a sudden time stops. It freezes before she gets hurt, so that's good. But then the rest of the game is about you trying to manipulate time in this town to get pieces of the watch back so that you can restart time normally. So time is currently frozen for everybody, but you can find individuals on these various street scenes, and you can move them. Sometimes you can move objects back and forth through time. And the challenge here, or the puzzle here, is figuring out which character to move at what time. Sometimes you can get characters to move through multiple scenes by just fast forwarding them far enough. There's let's say 2 screens into the game. There's a guy walking down the street. He wants to go to a cafe. He says he's hungry.
Mm-hmm.
If you just fast forward his time all the way, he walks off screen. You go back into the other screen, and then you can have him continue to walk into the cafe and go have a seat. And that can basically solve one particular puzzle that you need to get access to another room on a third screen. And that is basically the game.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah, it's okay. It's kind of fun. I did it towards the end of a long day, so maybe it wasn't the most exciting game at that time. And I don't. Well, there's no solution on TA. I'm assuming this was a Steam game, so there's probably a guide out there for that. And I think that the individual achievements, if you put them together, I think they tell you how to complete the game, but there is no current walkthrough on TA. Like I said, I didn't get too far into the game, so I didn't bother with going to find a walkthrough, nor do I actually want one at this point. The game isn't that long, I think.
What would you clock it as?
If I was on TA, I would say it's about 2 to 3 hours.
Oh.
And since there's no guide, I don't know. Maybe people actually figured it out in 2 to 3 hours. So it's a fun little game. There's not that many achievements. It's only 13. So yeah, if it goes on sale again, check it out maybe.
Okay.
That was Clocker.
Yeah.
Clock that one in quickly. L, you have one more game that you want to talk about.
Yeah, only one. Definitely only one. Would never talk about a lot of games. All right. Well, last night, good old Vulgar said, "Oh, you want to jump into Four Kings Casino and Slots?" Said it just like that. It's a new-ish game. It's new to Xbox. It's free to play, and it is one of the worst games I have ever played. Oh, I sound like
Wow, for
Waka.
real?
It is one of the worst made games, but it was really fun to play with a group of people. It's just very janky. It's not that it's bad. It's just janky, and you lose connection, and
Oh, that's sad.
it's just, yeah. So he needed an achievement to pass a VIP pass onto someone else, so he did that and passed it to me. But then I noticed Mental Knight was playing, so I invited him into our party. And then before you knew it, or before I knew it, we had What the Fug in there, we had Michelle, we had Dino Bull, and even Inferno, who's very famous in the G Task Force. So Mental Knight noticed there's an achievement for bowling, for winning a 6-player bowling match. And it's weird because Mental Knight said he tied with someone, and they both got the achievement. So just for science, we decided to get all 6 of us to have a tie and see if we would all pop the achievement. So we all threw gutter ball after gutter ball after gutter ball, and getting a gutter ball is an achievement on its own. But
Go figure.
so of course we were like, oh man, if someone accidentally gets pinned, they're going to screw it up for everyone.
I can't imagine what happened.
Believe it or not, that person wasn't me. And I won't tell you who it was, Michelle. So what happened was, if you go idle, they automatically roll for you, and you end up getting 2 pins. So we didn't realize that if everyone idled, you're going to get the exact same roll down the middle. It's going to hit 2 pins every time.
Oh.
We eventually got the score tied back up again. Everyone had 2 pins. And during the game, you can actually disconnect, which happened to a few of us. But if you go back in, you're still in the game, thankfully. But even if
that's convenient.
even if your controller dies, you lose connection.
Oh, that's dumb.
That's such a great game. Fug actually noticed, if you look on Shoot Trophies, the game's been out for PS4 since 2015. So yeah, it's an older game than you would think. So of course we all got tied, and we got to the very end. On the final screen, I wound up losing connection.
Of course.
On the screen where you're supposed to get the achievement. So everyone else got the achievement except for me. Luckily, everyone was nice enough to go through a second time. And this time we could actually bowl for real, as long as I wound up winning at the end. And we got that done. So thank you to everyone who helped with that. And then we wound up doing some 6-player poker as well. And everyone got the achievement for winning a full table poker game.
But not prominence poker.
No, you have to try this.
I plan on it.
Oh, man.
It's like an MMO, right?
It is like an MMO. And actually, they were using MMO words that I didn't even know. Like instance. You have to be in the same instance as someone else. I never heard that before. But then we realized you could just invite someone to to your game, so you didn't have to luck into finding them, because that's what we were doing at first. And there's another achievement for playing in a 20-plus player game of bingo, so we got that one done as well. That's only a 5G guy. But yeah, Mental Knight has 9,500 TA in this game. I think I don't know, he might be trying to be the first one to complete it. He's been living in that game, as he says.
Do it, do it, do it.
So yeah, a crappy game can be made fun with friends, even if it's Cake Bash. So also on Friday night, Volgar hosted his first of what will hopefully be many community nights. We played Halo
First?
Master Chief Collection.
That wasn't his first. He did Friday the 13th.
Well,
Before that.
This is official. You did do that. You're right.
Okay, fine.
Okay, fine. Well, this was Friday the 20th, all right? This was different. It was 7 days later. You're right. So I know you joined in after I left, but...
That I did.
Smart move.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
Shoot him.
If he was smart, he would have downloaded the game beforehand.
We're not going to talk about that.
50 gig install. Let's start it right now. Oh my gosh.
Why didn't my background downloads download it?
We talked about it last week on the podcast to get it downloaded. So yes, actually,
I wasn't there for that.
So believe it or not, Kenny, I have evidence that I won a multiplayer game of King of the Hill.
Picks or it didn't happen.
I do have picks. And then I promptly got destroyed. Ahizo is actually low-key very good at this game. And Alex R. Davies as well. So I believe on Black Friday, the idea is to play Forza Horizon 4.
Yes.
I don't know much about the multiplayer in that game, so hopefully we can all get together and do it. Oh, you drive cars?
And fast.
Do you go
I'm
vroom,
pretty sure
vroom?
you can drive cars, yeah.
Yes. Vroom, vroom. Sometimes you go left.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, and he's looking to start that around 9 Eastern.
Yep, and as usual, if anyone has any ideas for any multiplayer games, let us know.
Yeah. Like I said, this will probably be an ongoing thing, a Friday night community session. Obviously, you probably earn some achievements, but it's, more for fun. Well, who knows what we'll do? Some Jackbox, golf with friends. There was a bunch of suggestions that was thrown around in the patron VIP room or channel in the Discord, and I'm kind of blanking on what they were. Yeah, Friday should be fun time. And the best part about it is, more likely than not, any game that we play will either have been Games of Gold, or Game Pass, or a free game, so you don't have to spend money. But if you do want to spend money, this is the time where you can find some recommendations. Ha ha, did it. Go ahead, Nate, what you got?
Sail away!
Yeah. So we've got a weird perfect storm of sales. We have the awesome regular Monday night sales, and then we also have this really lame Black Friday sale. So I have no idea which one of these comes from which, but I think I actually do. King's Heir, Rise to the Throne, $1.49 down from $15. This is an Artifacts Monday game, so you know exactly what you're getting into. And a fun fact, this used to be called Kingmaker Rise to the Throne. So I think it's been out before, maybe it's been on sale before, but at $150, that's a price I cannot refuse for an Artifacts Monday game.
Do you have any idea why it was changed?
I don't know. I'm just going to assume that Kingmaker is another game series, I believe. I don't know. It's definitely another property. I know it's a term I've heard before. I think it's related to either a book series or I don't know. So no, I don't know. And Wonder Boy, The Dragon's Trap, $7.99 down from $20. It's not a huge sale, but this is a good platformer. TA will tell you that it's 1 to 2 hours, but that was before they took out the ability to use passcodes. I think would let you jump through or maybe make the difficulty really easy. I don't know. Point is, you can't do it any longer. You actually have to play this game. It's definitely going to take you longer than 1 to 2 hours. And finally, in terms of AAA games that are no longer AAA price, we have Shadow of the Tomb Raider Definitive Edition. This is the third game in the new Tomb Raider series. It is $15 down from $60. This includes the DLC and all that fun stuff. So this is a great price, and this is one of those, that you only normally see at the Black Friday or the end of the year sales. So if you like that game series and it is fun, go ahead, check it out.
Don't do it. You won't play it.
Rise of the Tomb Raider is what I've said this on the podcast before, but that's one of my favorite games. I love that. I haven't played Shadow yet. It was on Game Pass a little over a year ago, I think, at this point. I started it, and then it was announced that it was leaving, so I'm like, well, I don't want to get halfway through and then not be able to complete it, so I never bought it and went back to it. And this is one game that I was looking at picking up as well. That is a really good price, and it is the definitive edition. And along with that, if you haven't actually played these games, the Rise of the Tomb Raider 20-year anniversary, which has all the DLC, is $6. And Tomb Raider, the 2013 version, is, I think I saw it for $3. Something real cheap right now.
Is that old now? Jeez.
So you can have all three games, two of which are that I played the first two. Incredible games. Highly recommend them. Really good games. And then you can get Shadow of the Tomb Raider for $25-ish. Good deal. Couple of games I'm going to recommend. One I've already bought. Assassin's Creed, the Ezio collection. That's Assassin's Creed 2, Brotherhood, and Revelations. That's $12. Second game, this one's probably a dumb one to buy considering it's now first party, but Doom, the when this come out, 16? Yeah, 2016 version is $6. Doom Eternal is on Game Pass. These are two games that I really want to play. I feel like I would enjoy them, especially with just ripping death metal the entire time. But I've never really played them that much. I'm considering buying this, but then again, I have enough games to play. Maybe I'll wait till it comes to Game Pass. Fingers crossed, I don't know. And then third game I'm going to recommend, which I'm buying. I'm pretty sure I'm going to buy this one this time, even though I've said that before. Hungry Shark World. It's kind of like Feeding Frenzy-ish. It's $5. It goes on sale all the time, but it looks like fun. I want to play the game, but I honestly just forget to pick it up a lot. Corey, what do you got?
All right, you ready to hear about some good games?
How dare you, sir?
Oh boy.
All right, so I have some good games on my list. I'm going to start with one of the top ones. American Ninja Warrior is $4.50. For those who don't know, I do game share with Elroy, and so this is kind of like the perfect little game for him. And I couldn't not think of him when I saw it, so definitely pick that one up. Additionally, I picked up Avengers, so that one is down to $30. Maybe it's too much if if you are just going in by yourself, maybe. But we have a group. Everybody has said that they're going to get it, and so we will play that. However, I kind of knew about it beforehand, but getting the game, and actually I started it yesterday. The multiplayer bit comes after the campaign, so you actually have to play the campaign first if you don't want to be ruined by the story. So I don't know how much content is in the single player versus how much grinding is in the multiplayer, but I tell you what, that first part of the game is just kind of cool. So maybe even $30 is pretty good for it. And this is like, post bug fixes, or at least a lot of bug fixes. So far it's been really great, and I'm actually looking forward to loading it back up as soon as I can. So yeah, Avengers, $30, good to go there. And then additionally, Control Ultimate Edition. Now this game is $20. It comes with Control and both DLCs that have achievements, so you can actually get the real completion for $20. And this is a game I've been wanting. I've held off on, mostly because it's not considered a Metroidvania, even though I'm told it kind of is. But $20 is really good for that and the DLC. And it gets you access to the Xbox Series version of Control when that drops sometime next year. And that could be like a shared list, but it also could be a stack. It's really a 50-50 shot in the dark at this point. So $20 for a good game. I hear good things about it, with the possibility of having another list for $0 is, I can't pass that up. So I definitely got those three things, and that filled up my punch card. And I will probably be buying the Blasphemous, which is a Metroidvania. It is $12.50. It's been $12.50 like 2 times in the past 3 to 5 months. But I think now's the time to get it. Use some reward points and pick it up for basically free. And it has a walkthrough on TA now that was made by Skeptical Mario. So going to show some support to him.
Hey, there you go.
And follow that guide. I kind of went through it a little bit. Looks very thorough. So yeah, that should be a good time. Oh, I got a little announcement to make in regards to this. So with the Black Friday sales going on, if you're not in Discord, you may have not seen it. And if you don't look at your Xbox messages like I don't, then you might miss this as well. I had an alt that had a free $5 in it that it expired in June. I didn't know we got the message. But anyways, they are sending out random amounts of money right now. So check your Xbox messages. One of my accounts had a $10 gift code in it. So
nice.
You might have something in yours. Just put that out there.
Yeah, I got $5 the other day.
That was from an email, right?
Yes.
This is different.
This is different.
This is different. They sent out
Get
emails.
more codes.
The email thing was kind of time sensitive. I told Elroy about it, and he didn't see the text message, and he woke up the next morning. He's like, is that out of luck or something like that? So he missed out on that. I think that was $5 around the board.
That's what you get for going to bed, you old fart.
Well, this was like 8 o'clock, so I think he just doesn't check his phone. He's not.
I just
he's
want
not
to say
as
that. I love you, Elroy.
He's not as
Tech
tied to his phone, which is good. No, he's tech savvy. He's very smart with his tech. Anyways, you might have free money in your Xbox messages, so I encourage you all to check. That's it.
Wasn't there also punch cards?
I just
about
said
to ask about that.
So yeah, those 3 completed my punch card, and the punch card happens to be for buying $50 worth of games in the Black Friday sale. It has to be the Black Friday sale. So you can, if you click on that in Microsoft Rewards, it will take you to that Xbox page that you can browse, just so you make sure you don't pick an additional sale from something else. But $50, you get 5,000 reward points back, so kind of like $5 back, 10%.
You're losing money if you don't spend it.
Yeah. I actually got my punch card with Control Ultimate Edition, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, Gang Beasts, which I didn't talk about, but I heard that's really fun. It was $10, I think. $9, down from $20. Cartoon Network Battle Crashers is like $1.50. It's practically free, so it must be really good. And then Underworld Ascendant, I picked up for $7.50, down from something else, much higher than $7.50. And that game seems okay. So,
speaking of Gang Beasts, I have access to it. We could play that. That would be fun to stream. But as long as L's not there.
It's a good party game. Yeah.
Yeah. As long as L's not there. Hey! Not nice.
Well, Al.
The gang wouldn't be all there.
Enough of them.
Al, do you have any games you would recommend on this lovely sale?
I do.
What you got?
Oh, gosh.
What? Oh, gosh.
I just saw what you wrote, so go ahead.
What did I write?
What you wrote while we were reading off our list. Go ahead.
No idea what he's talking
Looks
about.
like you found a deal.
I did? Okay. So, oh, no. That's one that's been there.
It was there for a while.
Oh, okay.
Totally.
Okay, so he actually didn't write anything for this section. Got it.
All right, well, my quick gamer score or easy gamer score game that I picked this week is Monopoly Deal, which I've been talking about forever. It's $1.24. I grabbed that one
for
finally.
fun, not for achievements.
Yeah, exactly. So I did notice that I believe it's the first time that Tony Hawk 1 and 2 is on sale. So it's still $30, but it's not $40 anymore. So if you're waiting on that,
Completely worth it.
Here you go.
It's worth it at 40.
It is. It just we all stopped playing it after 2 weeks. It was crazy. But it is worth it if you're going to.
I'll play it again.
Yeah,
Hey, they've updated party mode. We should hit that up.
Oh, that's next week's stream.
The other game I'm eyeing is Jackbox Party Pack 7. 25% off. It's still $22.49, but I know. But those games are really fun.
That's what I hear.
And yeah, that's what I got.
All right, not too much.
Yeah, these Black Friday lists, there's always too much on here.
The problem is they're tailored to people who like good games and mainstream games, and you don't play AAA games, so...
Oh,
I'm happy finding 4 things that I think are very well priced.
I mean, technically, I've bought 3 games already. Thank you, Microsoft Rewards. All right. Well, if you don't want to spend any money, we have the Games with Gold list has been released for December. So before the month ends, be sure to pick up the ones for November. But the games that we're getting is The Raven for the Xbox One. That's available the entire month of December. Bleed 2 is another Xbox One game. That's available from December 16th to January 15th. Then on the 360 side, Saints Row 4, Gat Out of Hell, available from the 1st to the 15th. And then Stacking, also on the 360, that's available from the 16th to the 31st.
That's a good game.
Yes, is it?
Sure. It's another... I think that's another Double Fine game.
It is another Double Fine. Yep.
It is a Double Fine game.
It's just tons of personality in that game, but yeah. Very... it's a hard one to figure out on your own. But it's good. It's good.
Honestly, I don't have any of these games, so that's 4 more games that I'll be stacking up in my backlog.
Oh, nicely done.
2 for 2. All right. No real Game Pass news, so we will just kick it on over to the contest. Corey, what you got for G-Task?
Okay, so this week we saw probably our biggest batch of losers that are friends with the AH101 account. And so I'm just going to rattle them off as quick as I can. So Simpso, Alex RD, Freem Hole, ZZ Urban Spaceman, Seamus McLimey, Fisto Roboto, High Road V2, MDP 73, Skeptical Mario, Northern Lass, It's Alive. They have all been eliminated from the team side.
Oof.
From the individual, we also have Simpso again, my teammate J Black, Seamus McLimey, and Toad Style Venom. They are gone from individual. And just to shout out some of the teams, I did capture those this week, or as best I was able to. Those teams that went out were Real Zed Hunting 101. So that was a big community team of Urban Spaceman, Alex RD, Freemhole, and Simpso. You all heard those names just a second ago. Seamus McLimey's team, I think he's the only one on that team that is in our community. That was Random Internet Friends. Vista Roboto, he was from Ultimate Zinger Box. And this one is another community full team of MDP, Northern Lass, High Road, and Skeptical Mario. That was If We're Still in It by December, Stage and Intervention. So they were very close to being intervened. That luckily they made it out just in time.
Oh, right.
Yeah, man. This is ramping up here. Yeah, my team was closer to the line than we had thought. Going to bed and woke up
Oh wait, there's one more team. It's alive. His team got eliminated, but I can't find it.
It's not alive anymore.
Bad.
Yeah, I can get it in a second. I just gotta scroll.
So am I the only one still in this thing?
Excuse me?
What?
I'm going to go with a no.
I don't know.
Dude, I'm doing very well for myself. Thank you very much.
Well, your favorite challenge was last week to spell out words.
All right. So yeah, it's alive. Their team name was the Fall Guys. But yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. So last week was a fun spelling challenge for the team side or for the solo side, right? Remind me what the team side was. I don't remember. We got it. 200 achievements. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Super
it's a
easy.
no-brainer.
Yeah. Super easy. I think we had like over 500, for ours this week. It happens to be the solo bonus is actually pretty difficult. Scoring, ending the period scoring at least 50% improvement over TAD and gamer score.
Ooh.
So that will be fun to try to hit. But the team bonus is actually pretty easy, although boring. Unlock at least 20 achievements from simulation games for each player on your team.
Now, I do know that you could boot up Planet Coaster, and I think you could search for the word achievement. And there's some worlds already there.
There's a roller coaster, and you simply put it in the sandbox mode, and you ride it for about 2 minutes, 3 minutes. And yeah, you get like 10 or 11 achievements. I already did it.
Nice. I think NBA Kirkland talks about it in the Discord.
And actually, they are not like easy achievements to get otherwise. So they're actually pretty good TAD. I think it's like over like net 700 for doing that, for doing no work. So yeah, I'm not looking forward to playing any more simulation games. Luckily, I only need 2 or 3 left. I booted up Norman's Greatest Illusion, which is super easy game for simulation, and then I popped the Sims achievement. I just hate the Sims so much, the Sims 4, that like you have to download these little families, and it's like not super clear to me what you got to do. So yeah, I'm probably gonna play Island Saver, to be honest. Start that up. I don't know.
You're not going to do the Sims 4 cheaty thing?
That's what he was just saying.
That's what I'm saying. It's kind of convoluted, and
yeah,
like you got to do stuff. You got to do stuff after some of these things that you download.
There's a lot of loading.
There's a lot of loading.
There's
a lot of things you have to follow, and
I thought it was simple.
It's not like no, it's not like download and load. Some of them are maybe, but not all of them.
Okay.
Yeah,
I've heard nothing but good things about Island Saver.
Well, Elroy bought the DLCs, so I have everything. It's just a 6 to 8 hour game. I think it's up to 13 with the DLC. That's not hard, but I'm not looking to do long things on stuff that I don't want to play. So simulation just is not my thing most of the time.
Sims 4 has console commands.
Not really, though. We just said that. Anyways,
No console commands. Not many people know this. Not that I would use them. Yeah, I've talked about this. They do. It doesn't make anything really that easy. It just makes it, makes it so your guy can't die and stuff like that. You can put on like cheats, so you're.
Oh well, so I don't want to play The Sims 4 normally, so I definitely don't want to play it like that either. All right, What about the Gamertag Challenge, Nate? This is the last week of November.
Yes, this is the last week of November. We are currently celebrating Cowboy Killer 360. And his wildcard game is anything in the State of Decay series. So any achievement earned in this month or previous completion in a State of Decay game is worth 1 bonus point. And then the bonus was check yourself. Any achievement containing a CK word is worth 1 draw. And variations are allowed. So kick, kicked, kicks would all be potentials. Once you use it once, you cannot use it again. We will be picking a new gamertag probably in the channel, since our next show happens to fall on a Tuesday, and that's the first day of the month. So Yeah, we'll probably announce that in channel and then talk about it on the show.
That's right. Discord exclusive for a few days. So if you want to be in on that action, check Discord. We'll have the new name, new bonuses, new bonuses posted at least by the 1st.
Yeah, and get your scores in, get your sheets updated within the first couple of days, and we will announce the winner. We'll probably get it onto that next episode before Thursday, but we'll record it after. Do it in post.
All right. Well, we are rounding out the show. Let's hit up Brag Camp really fast. For completions, we have Retro Chief, 19. Nice. He has reached 225 completed games. He just got that. And my buddy Elroy OMJ has hit 750 completed games. For completion percentage, we have the Alpha Seagull. You'll hear his name several more times. He's up to 46% completion percentage. Freedom Girl 85 at 51%. Crazy Catman at 53%. And J Black at 55%.
In ratio, we have the Alpha Seagull with a new milestone of 1.3. We have Mr. P-Tart with a 1.5. And Philip Wendell has reached a new milestone of 1.6. In streaks, we have Luke the Duke 268, who's currently on a 25-day win streak. I Need to Go P is on a 50-day win streak. Fight Club X, or Fight Club with an X is the U, is on a 53-day streak. Death Dealers is currently on an 850-day streak. And Elroy OMJ is on a 1,200-day streak.
And I'll read Fufu's part since nobody can tell us apart in looks, voice, or game taste. Crunchy Goblin 68 has reached 7,000 achievements 1. Neo 21 is at 14,000 achievements 1. El Fillet 77, 15,000 achievements. What the Fuck 18,000 at achievements. And Toast Style Venom at 31,000 achievements 1.
All right. In Gamerscore, the Alpha Seagull has already gotten a FUF 100,000 Gamerscore.
GG.
Apologies to Neo21X. We forgot his 400,000 Gamerscore last week. So well done on that one. KooshMoose. 500K, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
It's about time.
What did you do it with?
Well, I had been slow rolling for a little while because of work and just not being fully healthy and wanting to play other things. And so it took me a little bit longer than I really wanted to. I used You Don't Know Jack on the 360. And the achievement was 500,000 air. So I figured that was kind of fitting. And I had to do some weird playing with that. And I was also trying to combine that with not wasting my time playing the game. But you had to kind of be careful because if you did too well around about that same time of getting 500,000 lifetime score, you're also getting close to getting the highest game level or whatever it is, or title that you can get in the game. So I kept trying to get to balance getting close to the 500 line and then also backing off on doing well to not get that tag. So it was a little bit hectic there at the very end, but I got it in there. So I'm pretty happy.
Way to go. You're halfway to the million.
Halfway to the million. Yeah, next one I probably care about is, I guess, the 7.5, right?
Nah.
6.
Go all the way.
Every 100,000 special.
Nah.
Oh, I forgot to mention earlier, while I'm reading more, Corey, go look at the list for the casino game. Just look at the achievement list. It'll be worth it. All right. JZarp 43 has reached a new milestone of 550,000 gamer score. My good old buddy, the cheating MDP 73, has reached a new milestone of 550,000 gamer score. I cannot wait to hear his total for point and clicks. All right, more on that later. Blue Thunder 7398 has reached a new milestone of 1,050,000 gamer score. TA score, oh boy! I don't do that as well as Freem used to. Has reached a new milestone of 300,000 TA score. Chesno on ice, 350,000 TA score. Vista Roboto, 350,000 TA score. Matthew H00, 700,000 TA score. Chewy on ice, not to be confused with Chesno, even though I combined them because I'm silly. 950,000 gamer score. We're missing some comments here. Unky Tim FU has reached a new milestone of 1,400,000 TA score. Now we're getting the big boys and girls. Blue Thunder, 1,450,000, and Mental Knight with 1.5 million TA score. Did you find it yet, Corey?
Oh yeah, they're great achievement names. A lot of quotes.
Find the poker one.
Oh, I did.
I see it.
Yeah,
Found it?
I did. Yeah, I hardly knew her. I hardly know her.
Yeah, it's not quite the same. I
had to think about it. I'm like, wait, what does it rhyme with? Oh, poker.
It was exciting to see that one in there. It was. Wow, there are a lot of leaderboards. Here we go. MDP is in the top 500 of the TA leaderboard for point and clicks. The top 500. I believe he was trying to get one completion for every day of the month. We'll see how he winds up next week. The Alpha Seagull's in the top 50,000 for fighting. Now, if it was 5 for fighting, we'd have something there. Stop messing with the commas. All right. The Alpha Seagull is now in the top 50,000 of fighting. He's now in the top 100,000 of a lot of leaderboards, which is pretty amazing since he is a recent starter of Xbox as a former trophy collector, whatever the hell you call those people. Boo. He's in the top 1,000 of New York Gamer Score leaderboard already. What?
He's coming for you, Al.
He might be. He might be. Heizo is in the top 20 of Arizona completed games leaderboard. Awesome. Mark B is in the top 2,000 of Europe. All of Europe. Yeah. Mr. P. Tart is in the top 50 of Michigander gamer scores. And
it's good for the goose.
Chesno is in the top 500 of England gamer score leaderboard for tower defense spelled incorrectly. And Mark B is in the top 500 of the England TA leaderboard for golf. Okay.
What's wrong with that?
Whatever floats your boat, Tiger Woods. Not bad. And Mattism is now in the top 5 of the Oklahoma Gamerscore leaderboard for Metroidvanias.
Nice.
Heyo.
Yeah, it's a good category.
Yeah, but he's in Oklahoma. Is he really in Oklahoma? Boomer Sooner.
He's in the top 5 of 6 people. All right. Well, that will about do it for us this week. As always, you can catch the stream we did before and all future streams on Twitch, twitch.tv/AH101. You can send us a Twitter tweet on the Twitter at Achievements101. Join the Discord. We may have some giveaways going on this week. Discord.io/AH101. And if you can help us out, we would really appreciate your monies. Patreon.com/AchievementHunting101. The patrons are the real MVPs. They keep the show going. With that, be sure to keep listening on for all the extra content that's going on the show. And class is dismissed. Happy Thanksgiving, y'all! See you later.
Hello, I'm Waka, and on an earlier podcast, KooshMoose dared to challenge me into playing the roguelite-ish 2D run-and-gun Hive Jump, claiming it was ridiculously difficult. 1000 game score worth almost 7000 TA reinforced his statement. I booted up the game, started the campaign, chose a drop site for my Hive Jumper, and quickly got swarmed by the insectoid Ordovisions, who quickly exterminated my Hive Jumper, only leaving a backpack behind. Seconds later, another jumper spawned in on the now badly damaged backpack and slowly progressed deeper into the hive, where a huge boss on the 3rd level ate my jumper and backpack, sending me back to the world map where one of my poorly defended bases got destroyed by the vile Ordovicians. Koosh did say it was difficult, so I tried again, slowly making progress until my jumper was insta-killed by spikes and a new one quickly replaced it thanks to the handy backpack. At this stage, I did not enjoy the game very much, slowly progressing through the swarming enemies who often surprised me by throwing me into fire pits or getting instantly killed by spikes. However, I persevered and managed to defeat my first hive. This time, I used my goo currency to defend my newly reclaimed land, which was easily defended with 999 jumpers. I used remaining goo I'd acquired to upgrade my weapon and buy an overshield, and all of a sudden the game just clicked for me. The difference in perceived difficulty cannot be overstated. In my mind, the game went from an impossible completion into a surely doable one. I blazed through the campaign, often with little effort once I had figured out what I was up against, and completed the campaign in around 15 hours. Key takeaways being making sure you use the overshield and upgrade your weapons, but make sure your new sites are properly secured. I used the upgraded starter weapon through the entire campaign, and it is probably the best weapon in the game, aside from the prohibitively expensive Extreme Ultraviolence Light. Hive Jump turned out to be way easier than I expected, but turned out to be a pain to complete, mostly due to the multiplayer achievements, but first and foremost rescuing the 100 unique survivors. I invited Icefire TN, KooshMoose and Kronos, thinking it would only take 15 minutes or so to complete the multiplayer achievements. While the time estimate turned out to be close, it turns out the console edition of Hive Jumpers only features local multiplayer. Being geographically distant from the rest of the party, I decided to do the 4-player multiplayer with my son, each on 2 controllers. It was a pain. You only need to complete a 3-level hive with 4 players, but since all players share the same screen and has to stay close to each other, getting them to the boss was rough. Once there, I realized only 1, possibly 2 out of the random 4 bosses are actually doable without 4 actual players, as you won't be able to see the boss or its attacks without maneuvering all players at the same time. Since I couldn't see the boss before it killed us, we restarted, hoping for the 1-screen boss, and luckily we got it and managed to defeat it with 2 players on 4 controllers. This left me with 2 luck-based achievements tied to survivors. Every non-boss level has up to 2 special rooms with upgrades and around half of the time a survivor. There's an achievement for meeting, I hope, 20 developer survivors and all unique survivors, of which there likely are 100. So far, I've rescued almost 500 survivors, but I'm still missing at least 1 developer survivor, who hopefully is my last unique survivor as well. The issue is that the survivors are randomly assigned each run, so every time you find a survivor, there is a 1% chance it is a specific one. Probability is not on my side in this case. After completing the campaign, I had found 60 unique survivors. To find the remaining survivors, I've been playing so-called endless runs, as survivors do not repeat in a single run, increasing the odds the further I go to get my elusive final survivor. Despite being called endless mode, it actually ends somewhere around level 80. On top of my many less successful jumps, I've done 2 4-hour jumps, which each netted me around 80 survivors per run, yet I'm still missing 1. As it is luck-based, it might be 5 minutes more of playtime, or 15 hours. Speaking of luck, there is also one incredibly rare monster you have to kill for the Kill Them All achievement. It's a special monster which only appears on dark levels, laughs at you and teleports around, instantly killing you if it touches you. In almost 30 hours of playtime, I've only seen it once. After defeating your first queen, which are the bosses of the 4 campaigns, you likely have killed all the other enemies but this one. Hive Jump features great pixel graphics, a kick-ass soundtrack, fast-paced action through the procedurally generated levels, and offers a great yet doable challenge. Unfortunately, it can get repetitive, as you'll see the same handful of enemies and bosses over and over again in the few different biomes. The content is stretched rather thin as it is, and making unlucky achievement hunters spend many extra hours looking for the final survivors makes things worse. On top of the bugs trying to kill you, there are also technical bugs, which might throw off your run if you're not careful. I never ran into anything game-breaking, but the most common one was triggered by jumping up slopes, which sometimes throws you off the map, respawning you at the beginning of the level. Despite grinding for survivors for more than 10 hours after being done with the rest of the achievement list, I still find it very fun, even if I'd prefer to be done by now. The final nitpick I have is that the final runs can get a bit long. With 9 or more levels, it can take around 30 minutes to finish a mission, and quitting out counts as a failure, resulting in an alien counterattack, which might get expensive. For G-Task purposes, this is an excellent title to dig into, and you can get most, if not all of the achievements in around 15 hours, depending on luck and skill. It is a bit backloaded, but the achievement ratios increases very quickly as you progress through the game. By getting some very rare achievements, I've tanked the ratio a bit, but the TA should stay above 5,000 for the foreseeable future. Thanks Koosh for issuing the challenge. Now let's see how many bosses you can defeat in Driven Out. Have a nice day everyone! I finally got completion after rescuing 462 survivors.